So a fun fact about this table, it went through the Joplin tornado and it sat in the back of Ron's truck for about a month. It had actually been a coworker's grandmother's table, and they had rescued it from the house that had been destroyed in the tornado. Ron picked it up in the truck, and then they were trying to decide what to do with it. And through all of that, his intention was to take it home and sand it down and try and refinish it. But the damage was so severe that in order to fully refinish the table, the top was going to need to be almost completely, well, not really redone, but it has big gaps. There would have been tons of sanding, collecting sawdust from sanding off the oak so it would match the color, filling it in with the glue. You know, it really needed a lot of work. And it ended up sitting in our garage for about let's see, I've had it in the house for 2 years. I think it sat in our garage for about 7.5 or 8 years. And I brought it inside a couple of years ago when I was lacking a dining table that opened up because it has a really big leaf on it. And we've just kind of lived with it as it was. It's cracked. The top had been fully sanded down by Ron, so then it didn't have any finish on it. So anytime somebody colored or did anything at the table, it stained the top. And this morning I woke up and just decided I was tired of looking at it. I'm feeling much better after my struggles with COVID. And, after 2 months of pretty much not doing a whole lot, running out of energy when I would get up to do anything, I decided that this was the week of projects. So earlier in the week, we did the legs on the chairs, and now I am working on the table. So I did not turn the camera on when I first started this morning because I was in my nightgown with stain and just trying out different colors. I ended up going with the Jacobian stain. I can't remember what brand it is, but I know it was Jacobian. I went to Lowe's and bought chalk paint, the Krylon Chalky Finish paint. It's in classic white. It's the ultra matte, ultra stylish. It retails for $19.96 at my Lowe's, and this bottom has been sanded somewhat and roughed up, but with chalk paint you don't have to do that. This is just what Ron had done when he was going to refinish it. But because I'm not going to stain the entire thing, and I don't want to sand this to get it ready for stain, and the table is never going to be back to its former glory. You can tell it was once a beautiful table, but it was just so damaged after being in the tornado and then all of the rain afterwards that I decided the best thing to do is to give it a whole new look. So that's what we're doing. I was sick for 2 months with COVID and post-COVID symptoms or post-COVID issues. I had pneumonia. I developed asthma, which is still an issue. And I have a little bit of trepidation or anxiety when I think about doing anything physical, because the one day that I thought I was better and I got up and I did stuff, I fell ill again and then ended up with the COVID pneumonia. And it really shook me up. While I was in Vegas for a funeral, I went for a walk. It was the first walk I had done since I had COVID, and I felt great. It was just absolutely awesome. And then I went back to the hotel room and laid down and slept for an entire day, and developed a cough again and the chest pain. And so I'm just really nervous about doing anything too physical and having a setback. I get so tired so quickly. you know, it's trying to find activities to do, thus, you know, doing the table, doing the chairs. So we'll just see. But in the meantime, I thought this would fit our decor, and the table would be a happy table again, because it really was lacking character, and it didn't really fit with, well, like anything really fits in our house, but it didn't really fit with anything in our house, so it really was lacking character. And everything in the house kind of has a story to it, or a level of character. One of these days I'll go around and give a rundown of everything. But I like upcycling pieces. I've been gifted some pieces over the years. Some of them I've had for a really long time, and some of them, like this table, you know, I've received in the last 10 years, and you know, I really love it. But again, we're taking something old, we're giving it a little bit of character and a new lease on life. Okay, so now we are day 2 of working on the table, and I'm about to finish staining the other side of the leaf, or the skirting on it. I'm going to flip it over so I can get to that easily. Got my glove on, and then I'm going to do possibly one more coat on the base, and then we'll call it good as far as doing the coloring, and then I can look at adding on the polyurethane. Okay, so I had to take a little bit of a break, and now it is about 5 o'clock in the evening. The light has changed, so I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. I did put another coat of the stain on the tabletop. I decided to not put any more paint on the base. So far I have done polyurethane on this side, but I have not done the other two. You can see, so the table had some scratches. Yeah, let's see. It had some pretty deep cracking from when it got water damaged, but I think that by staining it, it is going to help give it some life again, and make it last a little bit longer for us. Now, I did separate the leaf from the other two parts of the table after I made sure that all of the color matched, because when I go to polyurethane it, I don't want it to stick together and to cause a problem. When I'm using my brush on things like this, I just wrap it if I'm going to walk away for a little bit, so I just dropped it in a plastic bag, and now I can go back to what I was doing. And just like I did with the stain, I just go with the grain of the table, the grain of the wood, and just put a layer on it till it looks glossy, and then just continue on. All right. So this actually I don't think I need to put anything on it. I think it's going to be just fine. It is. It's smooth. It feels good. It does have some streaks to it, but again, that was the look I was going for. But I do think it will polyurethane the skirt of the table. So Serge is at work right now, and Livy is at her boyfriend's house. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. And Ron is in playing Final Fantasy 14 or 11 or I don't know, one of those. And I made just a simple dinner of homemade French fries and egg salad. And when I make it like that, I chop up a bunch of veggies. So it had celery and onion and broccoli, and I finally diced up some lettuce, and then I put mustard seed in it and the eggs, and then I went to Dollar Tree and just bought some cheap buns. And so that was just a very simple dinner, not a lot of thought put into it. We still got our veggie in, and he got his bread because he likes to eat bread, and I ate mine just like a salad with some extra lettuce. But somehow just the day just went like that. I had to go run some errands, pay some bills, took Libby out to practice driving. And since I was already out doing that, I ran by the Dollar Tree and grabbed the buns, and then I came home and started dinner. And then before I knew it, it's like whatever it is, 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. And I had hoped to have this done and edited and ready to post by now, but oh well. I had so much fun doing this table makeover. It was not something that I had planned to do this week, and I know that it's a little bit different from other videos that I have done, though it kind of does fit with living sustainably in the city. I took something that was damaged and that did have some history to it and remade it my own. So I'm very happy with the way it has turned out. I can now wipe down the tabletop if anything gets on it, and it just was a really fun project. And I ended up with a table that fits my space a lot better. It fits my personality and everything in my house, and the only money that I had to spend on it was for the chalkboard paint, because I had everything else. And I only used about maybe 1/8 of a can of the paint. So I have a lot more for more projects in the future. Thank you again for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe if you have not already. As always, have a lovely day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.